Today, it's our brand new soccer show. I want to welcome in our experts, Ashley and Goran. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Joe. We're doing very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Excited to talk some soccer.
I'm excited for this brand new show, you guys. I know you guys are excited too. I know you've been putting out some great videos already with Chris and with Mitch. How was the weekend for you?
I'm going to say it didn't start well, but it ended pretty good with a lot of profit, at least on my side.
Yeah, and it's been great for me. I've actually had a great month, probably my best month in the last 7 or so. So I hope I didn't just jinx it then. I think this month I've only had like 3 slight losing days. So I'll try to keep that going, especially now that I'm on Pick Dog. So give you guys a bunch of winners.
Absolutely love that, Ashley. Now, Ashley, one thing that we were talking about before, I know you're into Asian handicapping. Could you explain that to us?
Yeah, so definitely that's something I get a lot of questions about. And now that I'm doing my picks on Pick Dogs, I think that's something that people need to know for sure. So where a lot of people are just betting, like say the spread is -1 or a -0.5, a lot of times I'll take like a -0.75. So what that means is, so it's a split bet. So if I bet a spread of -0.75, half of your bet is on the -0.5, half of your bet is on the -1. So if they win, the team that I bet wins by 1 goal, then you win half and you push half. Whereas if you had just bet the -1, then it's just a push. So that's just a way to get you a chance at least half a win if you're pretty sure the team is going to cover instead of just a push. And same thing with totals, because I know Goran bets a lot of some of the odds he uses, say the total set at 2.5. It'll be really juiced to the over or to the under. So what I'll do is take alternate lines of like, instead of laying like a -170 for an over 2.5, I'll take an over 2.75, and that's the same thing. So it's a split line. Half of your bet's on 2.5, half of your bet is on 3. So if it lands on exactly 3 goals, you get half a win and half a push.
That's great, Ashley. That's a lot of information there. So
yeah,
wonderful. Now, Goran, what is how do you like to handicap soccer?
Well, if I handicap soccer, I usually take. I'm not as big a fan of Asian handicap as Ashley is. Most of the times I take either -1 or -1.5, and I stick to that. But if you ask Chris Ruffalo, he would say that Goran's special is both teams to score and over 2.5. And I gotta say, I take that pretty often. I think there's a ton of games that end up with 3 or more goals and both teams to score. But it kind of depends on the game that I'm betting and where I find the most value at the moment, right?
Absolutely. Well, I love that. You guys, soccer is such a huge market. I am so excited that you guys are here with Pick Dogs to give everyone all of this information. Now, what are you looking forward to in this week ahead? Is there anything you've got your eye on already that you're excited for, Ashley?
Oh, yeah. So I am capping soccer from like literally probably 3 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. So I'm already a couple days ahead. What I'm really looking forward to are these middle of the week. Italy Serie A is my favorite of all. Like I love a lot of the European leagues, but Italy Serie A. So having these midweek games, I'm really looking forward to, and especially looking forward to not having any more international breaks until, what is it, Goran, March, I think?
Yeah, I think March. Maybe South Americans have another one before that in early February, if I'm not mistaken. But I will need to double check on that.
I don't bet South America much anyway. It's more like UFC than soccer down there, so it's harder to predict. But yeah, I'm just super excited. The games are going to be coming like just hard and fast, and just going to be tons and tons and tons of leagues to bet on. So I'm super excited.
That's great. What about Goran? What are you liking?
You know what? Now that
anything
we are
this
almost
week that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, we have an EPL, a couple of games tomorrow. We have some on Wednesday as well. But now that we are close to December, this is my favorite month for soccer, especially in the EPL, where we have pretty much games every 2 or 3 days. Yeah. And it's a very crowded schedule, and I think it's going to be very exciting. But as of this week, we have quite a few games, and I think it's going to be a great week.
That's
I'm sorry, I
exciting.
got distracted for a second. I just got a severely needed goal in the 90th minute. So
That is awesome. Any games that you guys are looking forward to tomorrow that you want to talk about now?
I would say we can talk about both EPL games that we have tomorrow and a couple of Serie A games, if Ashley agrees with that.
oh, I'm always up for talking Serie A, you know that. And the EPL, you just fire away and give your 2 cents, and then I'll tell you where you're wrong and how I'm right. We'll do that.
Yeah, okay. The first game in the EPL that we have tomorrow is Newcastle United versus Norwich City. And honestly, that's a pretty game. I'm going to say it's a pretty hard game to decide what to take on because these are 2 of the worst teams in the EPL by far. Actually, Newcastle was just bought a couple of months ago by the Saudi Arabians, and they want to invest a ton of money in that club. And now they are the last team in the standings. They are in a big danger of being relegated. They're still without a win this season. Even though they have a pretty solid team. But honestly, I'm going to take Newcastle in this game at -106 because they are playing the team that's equally bad as they are, and they are the home team. So I think it's time for them to step up and get their first win to the season.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just disagree because I'm the only person probably who doesn't live in England who has a Norwich jersey. So yeah, they're both pretty horrible, but I think that both teams are going to score in this one. I think Pukki specifically for Norwich. So if for any of you prop bettors that like to bet goal scorers out there, it's definitely difficult to take a side. If I had to, I agree, I would lean Newcastle, but I think Norwich can score against them. I think it's going to be kind of a wide open game, so I can see goals in this one.
You know what? As bad as Newcastle is defensively, Norwich has scored only 2 games on the road so far this season, and I wouldn't count on them scoring in this one.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to see.
We have the second game. That's Leeds and Crystal Palace. That's the game that we actually done the video for the other day, and it's up on YouTube. So I know that I took Leeds in that game because in my mind, they're a team that's playing better soccer right now. They are more direct. They are creating more chances. But I do think they will concede in this game at least 1 goal. So I'm going to take this pick another step further, and I'm going to take Leeds and over 2.5 in this one. Leeds on the money line is +140, but Leeds and over 2.5 is +275. That's the value that I think it's fantastic, especially because they're terrible defensively, and Crystal Palace is going to score here. But I'm going to stick to Leeds and over 2.5. They are the home team, and honestly, I think they are the better team in this matchup.
Yeah, and that's absolutely great value. I agree. I think Leeds is going to concede, but I'm going to stick with the same pick that I did in the video. I'm going to take a double chance because I could kind of see this ending in a draw. And the bet that I'm taking, if it ends in a draw, you still win. So I'm going to take a double chance on Leeds and for there to be over 1.5 goals. That way, if it ends 1-1, 2-2, then you still win your bet. But yours is definitely that +2, whatever it is. That's awesome value for that. I like that bet. Unfortunately, I agree with you.
It had to happen somewhere.
Yeah, sometime.
So what do you have in Serie A, Ashley?
Is it Sassuolo tomorrow?
No,
Wait, no,
it
that's
is not.
That's
the Wednesday game.
What are the 2 tomorrow?
There are 4 games tomorrow. We have Atalanta, Venezia, Fiorentina, Sampdoria, Verona, Cagliari, and Salernitana, Juventus.
Yeah, so do those slower. So at Atalanta, I'm definitely taking to score in both halves. We already did a video on this one too. They score, it's about 50-50 breakdown first to second half of when they score. And I think they're going to steamroll this team. And I think it's somewhere around -120, which is a pretty cheap price to get a -300 favorite at. So taking them to score in both halves, I think is, I mean, there's never a home run in betting, but it's pretty much as close as you get.
Yeah, I agree on that pick. What do you think about Verona Cagliari?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take Verona here. Cagliari is just horrible. Just straight garbage dumpster fire pretty much this season. And Verona's actually done pretty well. So I'm just going to go for a straightforward Verona win on this one.
Yeah, I'm looking right here. Verona is the favorite, minus 167. But honestly, if they were the favorite, I think they would be the bigger favorites in this game. Yes, they're playing well, but they're conceding goals in pretty much every game they play. And I think even Cagliari is going to score here. So I'm going to take actually Verona, both teams to score in over 2.5 in this one. It's for plus 105. As bad as Cagliari is offensively, Verona is much worse defensively, if you ask me. And I think we see goals on both sides in this one.
No, I agree. I think that they're bad defensively, but definitely Verona has the offensive edge. So I can see Cagliari scoring, but I'm going to fade them every time. So I think if they do score, Verona's still going to outscore them. So.
What about this Salernitana-Juventus game? We know that Juventus has been struggling so far this season in pretty much every competition they are playing in.
Yeah, it's hard to make heads or tails of Juve right now. They're having trouble even scoring more than one goal, and it kind of doesn't really matter if they're playing a mid-table, lower table, or playing with the big boys. So I don't have an official pick on that one. I'm kind of waiting to see if Juventus can figure out, what their team identity is, what the hell they're doing. I'm not touching that match at all. I will watch it, see if I can learn something from it, but definitely not putting my money on it.
Yeah, if I had to pick anything in this game, despite the terrible situation Juventus is in and all the investigations happening against them over the last couple of weeks for money embezzling and stuff and whatnot, they are a much better team here because Salernitana is in the last place. They're not scoring goals. They're conceding a lot of goals. But like you said, Juventus is not scoring a lot. So in this game, I would give it a shot at the under if you really guys want to bet this game. It's for plus 110. A lot of games for Juventus have ended with 1 or 2 goals so far this season, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one ends up in like the same with only maybe 1 or 2 goals. So we have only one game left in Serie A, and that's Fiorentina-Sampdoria. Ashley, what do you have in this one?
So this is my go-to. You guys will learn that in Serie A, Serie A in Germany, Bundesliga, I bet this more than anything. It's going to be both teams to score and over 2.5. And I think it's a perfect setup for this one. Fiorentina is playing very well, but they also concede. So that's my favorite bet for this. Anytime Fiorentina plays, I always take a plus money shot. My bookies actually cut me off from this bet, so that's how you guys know it's a good one. You take Dusan Vlahovic to score for Fiorentina at plus money, and 9 times out of 10, you cannot go wrong with that.
Yeah, he's been an excellent for Fiorentina so far this season. And Fiorentina has been much better at home than they are on the road, but they lost their game against Empoli this past weekend on the road. Like I said, they're much better at home than on the road, and for that reason, I do think Sampdoria is going to score a goal here.
Sure.
But moneyline on the Fiorentina is also minus 167, and that's not the price I'm willing to take. So I'm going to boost it up with Fiorentina and over 2.5, which is plus 137. I do think they will get a win just because they are the deeper team at the moment and in the better form on both ends than Sampdoria is.
And if you really want to boost it up and get feisty, throw down half a unit like I do on Vlahovic to score and Fiorentina to win, and you get a huge plus money price on that one.
Yeah, that's pretty likely to happen.
Absolutely fantastic information, you guys. I do have a question, though. I kept hearing Ashley say concede. Can you explain to everyone what that means?
Yeah, so conceding is just when a team gives up a goal. So if I say like this team is conceding 2 goals at home, it means that the team that they're playing scores an average of 2 times against them. So yeah, just giving up goals basically.
Thank you so much for explaining that. Well, you guys, if you're looking for Ashley and Goran's best bets, make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com where you can find them all there. We pride ourselves in giving the most authentic content on the on the web. So you guys make sure you check us out, pickdogs.com for all the best bets. And you guys, until tomorrow, have a great day. Make sure you join us back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.
See you later.